Women's League 2 clash. It's the Indian Arrows women junior side taking on the Pudhuvai Unicorns. We're live from the Padukone Dravid CSC phase here in Bengaluru. Match 2 of this group will be kicking off shortly.
Hello.
It's been an action-packed first few days in the IWL2 as the quest for promotion to the topmost league in Indian women's football is well and truly underway. These two sides coming up against each other in Group B. Round of applause for the players walking out into the center, led by the officials. And we'll go through the team lists very soon. Wonderful facility here in Bengaluru. Indian Arrows Women's Juniors in the blue strip, of course, and the Pudhuvai Unicorns in green. Group B in the IWL2 starting off today itself. Group A and C have gotten underway a few days ago. The action is coming thick and fast. Big moment for the Indian Arrows women. Developmental side of the AIFF Indian Arrows men's team played a lot of football in the I League over the years and did really well actually on many occasions. Two skippers, Shweta Rani for Indian Arrows and Monisha D, the skipper of the Pudhuvai Unicorns. Bosco Kas is the match official today. Vishal Mahendrabhai Vaja and Viraj Kishore Makwana, the assistants, and Abhinav, the fourth official. Nimidiki Bhutia, the match commissioner. And my name's Liam. I'll be taking you through the 90 minutes here at Mangaluru. All set for what should be an exciting matchup. Some talented players on show as we take a look. As the lineups shortly, Divyani Linda, Vikshit Bala, Tamanna, Elizabeth Lakra, Anushka Kumari, Jhulan, the number 10, Shweta Rani, the skipper, Tamfasana Devi, the goalkeeper, Anita Abista, and Rupashri Munda. Head coach Joachim Alexanderson, and Pudhuvai Unicorns led by coach Dinesh Kumar as Vinita, Vijaya, Jayanti, Shubhashni, Monica the skipper, Janani Kavita, Yuvarani, Kirthana, Murugeshwari, Ranjani rather, and Hema S. Options on the bench as well for both teams. As we take a look at the rest of the squad, so we're almost ready to go. Match number 2 of the IWL in Group B. Saw a few technical difficulties. We apologize for that, but we're back underway here. Almost 10 minutes played. It's still 0-0. Indian Arrows and Pudhuvai Unicorns taking on each other. The Arrows have a corner. A very young side, of course, donning the blue. Anushka Kumari will take it. Well, that's a good delivery. Goes for the header, and that's a wonderful finish. Abhista Basnet scores, and it's 1-0 to the Arrows. Great delivery, emphatic finish. 1-0 to the side in blue. What a great ball in. And Abhista Basnet rocking the back of the net with that strike. And here she is again. Plays it to Anushka, who just set her up. Challenge comes in. And another. Good defensive work there from Ranjani. That's a positive start for the Indian Arrows Women's Juniors. Cross into the area again by Basnet. Another shot comes in. Ruling the roost in the last few minutes. The Arrows looking for another ball to the center, but they can't get it. There's the confirmation. Another ball through the center now. Opportunity to make it 2. It's Kumari again. Straight to the keeper's hands though. Good save by Vinita V. She actually had a lot of time and space, but then decided not to take it early on. And the Unicorns need to get themselves into this game. Abhista Basnet, who has been a star in the making in the Sub-Junior Girls National Football Championships in 24-25. And back in September of last year, scored a memorable 4 goals within the space of 21 minutes for Sikkim, where she hails from, against Uttarakhand in a 4-1 victory. Scored in the 47th, 52nd, 59th and 68th minute. And then called up for the under-17 Indian national side. The pride of Sikkim at the moment, Abhista. And what a goal that was. Here's another opportunity. Kumari looks like she's on side. This time goes towards that far corner but misses it. Anushka Kumari herself, also a budding talent. Should have done better there though. Great opportunity. Here they come again. Rupashri Munda goes for the ball through. In fact, Kumari would have been there had she made the run. Played backwards. Nothing to it. Anushka Kumari herself, who netted a hat-trick for India versus Bhutan in the SAF Under-16 Women's Championship back in March last year. That's offside against Anita Anushka Kumari hails from Hazaribagh and scored 22 goals in the sub-junior championships herself. So they have a lot of attacking firepower. This side basically preparing for under 17 tournaments. Under 20 tournaments under the stewardship, of course, of Joachim Bont Alexanderson, who's doing a great job. And the fact that they have the exposure of playing in the IWL too, that will really help the development. And the same could be said for the Indian Arrows, who used to play in the I League. A lot of those players are now in and around the Indian national side, the senior side, and a lot of them are playing in the Indian Super League after a few good seasons in the I League with the Arrows. Here's a shot from a distance, a bit of bounce. Well corrected there by Tamfasana Devi in between the six sticks. Now the Pudhuvai Unicorns, who have played in this competition before, trying to work something out, trying to get an equalizer as soon as they can. And that was a great attempt. Out of nothing, actually, quite surprising. And that's more like it from the Unicorns. Look at that shot, a left-footed strike. Oh, wonderful. Keeper didn't really have it covered. Top left corner rattled. And unfortunately, Thamfasana also clashing into that post. Pudhuvai Unicorns played in the IWL2 last season. They finished top of Group A with 10 points. Not losing a game, winning 3, drawing 1. There's their coach Dinesh Kumar. Suman M, the team manager, with him. They registered some good results last season, but then fell short in the final round, where they came 4th out of 6 teams. They finished on 7 points, 3 behind Nita FA and Sribhumi. So a bit of treatment here to Thamfasana, but what a strike that was. Could have been the equalizer, would have been a great one had the Unicorn scored. Nice throw. Smashed away. Bit of a clash there, but oh, a lot of spin. Now a bit of space maybe down the left-hand side. And that stoppage wasn't too helpful for the Unicorns because they were starting to pick up a bit of the momentum themselves. We're at Bangalore at the Dravid and Padukone Dravid rather, Center for Sports Excellence. Also hosting a couple of Indian national team women's matches. a few months ago. Lots of space down the left-hand side here for the Indian Arrows. Bit of an offside run. They still have it though. Chance to cross again, but it's into the side netting. When on the counter attack, they have been really good. Here they come again. Nice 1-2. Opportunity now for Kumari, but she was offside. "20 minutes played, 1-0 to the Arrows. A straightforward goal, an arrow-like finish, an archer's finish rather, from Abhista Basnet. The two wonder kids combining. Another long ball over the top, nothing to it. Three groups in the IWL2, 5 teams per group. Two of the top two teams go from each group. The top two teams go from each group, and 6 make the final round. Kumari is offside again. She needs to make the most of that. That being said, the offside trap has been really good from the Unicorns, who hail from Pondicherry. Nicely dealt with there by the defense. Almost halfway through this first half, it's been a stop-start one. Bit of a foul spotted by Bosco Cass, the referee. Time for a free kick opportunity. Yuvarani takes it. Goes for the shot. Well dealt with. It was a good attempt actually from a long range. Good header away there, and I think it would have been offside up against the likes of Kirthana. Here's the shot once again. Another through ball, but you've got to be a bit more alert as to when the through ball is coming from a striker's point of view. But so far, it has been a decent start to the game from both teams. Just getting their juices flowing, getting their passes right, getting their first touches in order. Basnet missing that one. Shweta looks for a ball through. Kumari tries to win it back. In fact, it was Anita who tried to win it back. A lot of these. It's a decent attempt, but could have just played it a little bit closer to the player. A lot of these Indian Arrows, young ladies, have been lighting up the sub-junior level. Great to see them at the IWL2. Lots of experience, and they're only going to get better. Time for Shweta to get a hold of the ball. Tries to dribble, even though the 1-2 was a better option with the likes of Julan. Long ball again collected by Vinita. Easy pickings here for Taman now, who plays it backwards. Trying to play out from the back and doing it pretty well, but then the last pass is slightly off color, but then they win it back. Too much of dribbling, I feel. There could be a few earlier passes from the Arrows. Shweta using a bit of her pace down the left hand side, but great defensive work from Murugeshwari. Throw and taken by Viksit Bara. Not the best one though. Middle possession now for the Arrows. It is a group within Takashi Kasa Barwani and Roots Football Club, along with these two in Group B. Intakashi winning their first game today by 5 goals to 0 versus Kasa Barwani. Nice ball over the top. Chance to cut inside, maybe no, played wide by Anita. Shweta keeps it in amidst the protests from the Unicorns. All the way back they go. Nicely done there by Divyani Linda. Bastet goes for the ball over the top, doesn't find it. In fact, it was Julan who tried it. And then a nice move down the left hand side, crossing opportunity, but the offside flag was raised. As I said, the offside trap has been really good. Here they come again down the left hand side, this time onside for sure. It was surely on there. But either ways, a cooling break call and a chance to just get a few tactics. And have a bit of a chat with the players. Rehydration, of course, the most important. So quick chat there from the coaches. 15 minutes to play in the first half. It's been a good bit of possession for both teams, but a great corner resulting in the lead for the Arrow side. Unicorns, who, as I said, had a good run in the IWL2 last season, looking for an equalizer. Fell slightly short of that promotion mark, but in the initial group stage in Group A last season, got 3 wins, a draw, and no losses. Scored 6 goals. Very tight at the back, conceding only 3. Keeping a couple of clean sheets in the bargain. Haven't been able to do that today. Played all the way back. This is a good press. You can hear the call from Dinesh Kumar. But then very well played out from behind. This is great to see. It's great for the future of Indian football, actually. The fact that a high press can be broken down with such ease. The fact that the keeper is so good with the ball at her feet, and so are the defenders. And the movement around the corner is also really good. Basnet plays it through. This could be offside. And I think she was coming from behind, not too sure, but it was given. Quite a few of these have been given. That's going to be onside. The Unicorns try to cut inside. Good interception though with the head. Basnet needs to get it away. It falls to another green shirt. Chance to shoot. On the left foot perhaps. Well closed down by all the blue shirts around. Now another crossing opportunity. Headed away again. Basnet with the final touch away. And the Arrows try to play it forward. Should fall to Shweta. No, it doesn't. Just beyond her. Now down the left-hand side. The chase is on. Good positioning there by Shubhashini. Under a bit of pressure again. Needs to play it away. But she doesn't. Good pressure as well from Anita. Now trying to play out from the back again. Need to be a bit careful. No need to take so many chances and risks. They press. They beat the press really well. Basnet is onside perhaps, but that touch just goes away from her. Wonderful ball into the center. Good run as well. Could have been 2 for the Arrows. Could have been 1-1 if the Unicorns also got their goals. How is that been given as offside again? Was it for the first pass or the second? Second pass surely was onside. But either way, the offside trap is working quite well. 10 minutes to play at the end of the first half. I think it was that first pass which was been called offside. But those nice 1-2s around the corner. And that's where the quality of the Indian Arrows side is being shown. Ooh, was that a back pass? Or was it left alone there by Viksit Bara? Basnet tries to play it behind her, but it actually goes the other way. And now a chance for the Unicorns. A bit of space opening up. The pass needs to be played rather than the dribble, I feel. Well, that will come slowly but surely. Around she goes, needs to keep the ball in, but she can't there. Can Hema S? Almost. But good work by Viksit Bara on this right hand side.
Ah. Sorry.
30 group stage matches in the three groups that are being played, and then the 6-team final round where only two will go through. A bit of pressure there from Basnet. That's a lovely long ball towards the right hand side, and the header almost finding the likes of Anita. But those crossfield balls have been superb. A foul called before it all. Unicorns will be quite disappointed that they haven't created too many chances. Another pass which should be dealt with by the keeper. In fact, it's a very late clearance. Divyani Linda leaving it initially for the keeper, Thamfasana, but then she realized maybe she has to clear it under a bit of pressure. Almost crept into that near post of hers. And now another opportunity from a set piece for the Pudhuvai Unicorns. Left-footed delivery, it's a really good one, headed in, and it's a similar equalizer to the one that got Indian Arrows the lead. What a great cross from Janani D. And eventually, I think, headed in by Kirtana. All smiles for the Unicorns. Wonderfully struck there by Kirtana. Very good corner too. And it looks like there's a change on the cards for the Arrows. Valena Fernandez comes on. She replaces Abista Basnet, who's had a few poor touches, but she was the one who got the goal. early in this first half. Either ways, it's 1-1 heading into halftime. And the Unicorns will be delighted with that set piece goal. They are up and running in this IWL2 season. And the second half, I feel, is going to be a really competitive one. Just like the first, but I think it will be slightly quicker now that the players are finally finding their flair. Now the Unicorns try to come down the right hand side. They can't. But credit, of course, to the headers from Basnet on one side and Kirthana on the other. But the deliveries from Anushka Kumari on one side and Janani on the other. Great deliveries into the box. And apt finishes as well. Chance to shoot from a distance. Almost dips under the crossbar, but Thamfasana had it covered. More attacking prowess here from the Unicorns. A bit of an awkward ball needs to be cleared. It is cleared well. Nice work. But a few interceptions. Anushka Kumari does well to play towards the right, to change the angle a bit. And now she plays a good ball into the space, which can be chased, and it is. Crossing opportunity first time from Shweta. Brilliant ball in. This could be a wonderful goal if it's all worked out. But a good save at the end of it all. What a move from the Arrows. From one side to the other, but the shot couldn't be taken quick enough from Valena Fernandez, who just came on. No chance to get used to the game, to the pace of it. Thrown right into the mix. And almost got her name on the scorer sheet. Rupashri goes for a ball of a similar quality. And this is good from Vinita. Just killing the momentum that the Arrows have built in the last few minutes. They're not leading the game, but the fact that the opponents almost scored a goal a couple of minutes ago means that they are in a bit of an advantage, so why not? Let's stop for a second. This time a ball from the Unicorns into that channel, but straight to the hands of the keeper. Oh, you've got to release the ball quicker there. Devyani Linda kept on running. She's also a live wire down that right-hand side, but she lost possession. Chance to shoot, but it's a feeble attempt from outside the area. Looking to dribble once again. The shot is taken. For a side who are so good at passing, I'm not sure why they're trying to beat their opponent via the dribbling effect. It's just not worth it, especially deep in your own half. Absolutely not required. And I think halftime couldn't come soon enough for both teams, just to reassess, just to get their bearings right again. Especially the Arrows team, who have been so good with their passing out of tight positions. The Unicorns mostly moved towards the wing and then played away. But both teams cancelling out each other. This is a very competitive matchup. The second in Group B, the first for both these teams. Interkashi already winning today by a big 5 goal margin. Played all the way back. Bit of a press from the Unicorns. That is a good piece of dribbling. Trying to play it down the left, but doesn't work out. One to go. Looking for a ball around the corner. Can they conjure up one last chance? Indian Arrows, yes, they can. Flag should stay down. Chance to shoot. Good challenge because it put a bit of pressure. Flying in the Himayas, putting the pressure on Anita. And then a good save, anyways, by Vinita. Although it did come straight to her. End of the 2 minutes of added time. And that is half time. Similar goals from the Arrows and the Unicorns. Abhista Basnet in the 11th minute, followed by Kirthana in the 40th minute. Both very good deliveries and cracking headers, which keeps the scores leveled. At halftime, it's one apiece between the Indian Arrows and the Pudhuvai Unicorns. So here we go, time for the highlights of the first half. A couple of opportunities for the Arrows to start things off. Didn't really connect with that one, Anita. Anushka Kumari having so many great chances. She could have had a hat trick. We know how lethal she can be in front of goal, as I said, at the sub junior level. But look at that. Avista Basnet heading that into the bottom left corner. What a finish. Kumari, who did set up that goal, almost got another. But she'll be disappointed with the finishing today. So many open chances for her. Then another. This time she went slightly wider, but didn't work out. And then that shot from a distance, which was a fantastic strike. I think from Yuvarani. Another one from her, this time with the right foot. Then Basnet took a slightly heavy touch, but it was saved by Vinita. Almost an own goal from Divyani Linda. But then the equalizer, similar to the opener. A good ball in from Janani and finished wonderfully by Kirthana. Another good chance there for Fernandez, who just came on, but Vinita V's made some good saves. Good stop there from Tamfasana.
Oh,
And this could have been a finish from Anita, but it was straight to the keeper. Time for the stats. More possession for the Unicorns, more shots. Both teams with 4 shots on target and 3 saves each, 1 corner each. That's where the goals came from. Not much in the fouls or the cards department. So that's how it is at halftime 1-1 between the Indian Arrows Women's Juniors and the Pudhuvai Unicorns. Don't go anywhere. The second half should be a cracker. Drupa Shrimunda. On comes Tanya Devi. In the midfield, Pudhuvai Warriors, sorry, Pudhuvai Unicorns, I beg your pardon, are all set. No real changes from their point of view. So 45 minutes of what I think should be an even contest. It's about who takes their chances. Both teams took their chances from the corners in the last half. What can they do in the second? The Unicorns start things off. A bit of a reverse ball into the path of Julan. Looking for a counter there, the Arrows, but not able to. The Unicorns come back quickly. The midfield battle also needs one. Whoever wins that could get the 3 points. It's anyone's game. Given away in the midfield, or there was a handball though in between it all. The Joachim Alexanderson. Doing well for the development of the Indian women's national side. Youth setup. Playing pretty much around the 23 side in the main national games as well on a couple of occasions against the likes of Myanmar. Nice move down the center, but well negotiated by Monisha. That's a lovely ball through, asking for offside, and it has been given. Dinesh Kumar having a word with his defenders. Animated. A bit of a push there from behind by Julan, but play on, says the ref. Wasn't too much. Back they go. Looking for a long ball now into a bit of space. That is surely onside. This is a chance, but the keeper comes out well and reads the situation. Vinita V. Looking for a pass to the center there, Julan, but couldn't find it. Asking for handball too, but now this could open up for the Arrows. Chance to shoot. Had to take it quickly. Just waiting a little bit there was the likes of Valena Fernandez. Got to pull the trigger quick there. That's a good move. Here comes Valena. Chance to shoot. Now she does. And she finishes it wonderfully. Right on cue. Julan playing the pass through. Where was the Unicorns' defense? Non-existent. But this time, realizing her mistake in the previous move, shooting early, putting a bit of dip on it. The keeper wasn't ready for the shot so quickly. And that's a nice finish from Valena Fernandez, who gets her first IWL 2 goal of the season. And 5 minutes into the second half, it's a lead for the Indian Arrows side. Around the corner they go. They took a 10-minute lead in the first half. It's a 5-minute lead in the second. Rashweta, overlapping run down the left, but she didn't see it. But she goes towards the right hand side for the ball. It's onside. Chance to cross here. Valena is there again. In fact, she's cut inside. Oh, good attempt. Was that a shot or a cross? Not too sure. But a bit of venom on that one. It was a substitute, Tanya Devi, who just came on. Valena tried to get the better of Shubhashni, who just got in front of her. Can the Unicorns pull one back again, though? They have a bit of space down the right. Good challenge from Elizabeth Lakra. Here come the Unicorns. A bit of open space in that midfield. A chance to run a bit, but no space to pass into for Kavita. Again, good defensive work, this time by Divyani Linda. A bit of space here. If they can exploit it, yes, they can. Chance to cross. Anita with the ball in. Needs to be better from those positions. It'll come though. Nicely done. But then a poor touch from Kirtana initially. Yuvarani did well. Valena under a bit of pressure. Gets it back from Shweta. Valena can't get there first though. Great defensive work by Monisha, the skipper. Gets a goal kick out of that. Time for a throw here. Hema S. Arrows have the ball back though. Shweta trying to isolate herself with that right back. Gets a nutmeg through, needs to keep the ball in. Just fizzles out of play. Almost 10 minutes played. It's a 2-1 lead for the Indian Arrows women's side. Good defensive work there by Tamanna. Opportunity to cross, but blocked and will be a corner for the Pudhuvai Unicorns. It was a corner how they equalized the first time. Try to do the same, chance to shoot perhaps. It's over the top from Kavita M. Playing out from the back pretty well here. The Indian Arrows side. This is a great platform set up by the IFF. To set up the future of Indian football. Because at this age, a lot of them might not play too much in a club team. And if they're playing together, then the Indian age group system will be a lot more streamlined. And that is the eventual goal, of course, for all the club sides, the state sides, to produce talent that can play for the national side at every age level. Nice ball through. Yuvrani has been great for the Pudhuvai Unicorns. She's been brought down here. There's got to be a foul. No, says the ref. Wasn't too much in it though. Shweta can't get there. And nothing coming off that. Almost an hour played. Advantage with the Indian Arrows women's side. That should be onside. They've got a couple of runners there. Tanya Devi can't cross. Another delivery comes in. This time from Divyani Linda, but she couldn't find the teammate she was looking for. Nicely one back there by Vixit. Awkward bit of bounce. But Elizabeth Lakra does well. Not many chances created by the Pudhuvai Unicorns in these first 15 minutes. In fact, after the goal, not much by the Indian Arrows as well. Looking for that through ball there, but the angle was always against her. Shweta Rani. Yashwata, who's dropped deep and tries to play another long ball but can't make it count. Some good performances from both teams, where it's about who can dig deep at the end of the game and fight out for a result rather. Good piece of physicality there from both players, Julan and Janani. In fact, it was Monisha. Yashwata has a bit of space, can't play it through though. Now it can be picked up by Divyani Linda. Nice move, surely onside. Not the best of touches though from Tanya Devi. Well negotiated by Hema S. She is a great defender. Opportunity again. Keeper counts for it and does well. The flag was raised before we could get too excited by it all. Still looking for that third goal, which would put a bit of space between them. Unicorns know that they're just one strike away from getting back into this one. Chance to clear. Nicely dealt with. Bit of a high boot there. Lots of action coming for you in this IWL campaign. Three groups of 5 teams each. IWL 2 campaign. I beg your pardon. Lots of football to be played. Lots of teams in contention for those promotion spots. But only two will go up to the IWL. Follow the likes of Sri Bhumi, last year's champions, and Nita FA, who came second and who are doing really well in the IWL as we speak. Offside flag raised again there. Nicely taken down there by Valena, who's come into her own. This is a great touch and run and turn from Anita, who plays it wide. An offside flag was raised once again. That one goes out of play. Still a lot of time for the Unicorns to come back into this one if they can. And this will be a free kick in a decent position for the Unicorns. Can they make the most of it? Shot is taken. Easy for the keeper. Haven't seen too much of the woman between the sticks. Tamfasana in the second half, and that goes to show how good the defense has been, and also the lack of intent that the Unicorns have shown. Shweta looks for the ball through. Good interception, just in time. That's a nice carry through. Lots of space, but the pass is not the best from Tanya Devi, who has been superb since coming on. Just looking for that final product. Here's Tanya with another cross. I think it struck the defender. Will be a corner. So here they go. The corners have been fruitful for both teams. Viksit Bara will take it. Goes for an Olympico. Beyond the crossbar. Halfway through this second half. There's still one more goal in it, I feel. Just playing out this second half is not going to be easy for the Arrows. They had a lot of the lead in the first half, but with 5 minutes to go, they conceded. Playing out from the back here. Tamfasana now it goes towards Shweta. Good pass from her. Valena with a good touch. This is a lovely move from the Arrows. The ball is played through. If this works out, it could be a majestic goal. But the shot is straight into the hands of the keeper. Again, Tanya Devi did everything right, but the final product went for the toe poke, but could have just side footed it into that first post, maybe. It was quite open. Chance for the Unicorns to come forward. Good shot. Great shot, but what a save from Tafa Asana. That was hit with some venom. That would have been a goal and a half. But still, great goalkeeping from her. Ashweta gets it back, but Tanya Devi's pass, not the best one. Time for a change now. Reshma comes on. 20 minutes to get a goal. That's quite a bit of time. Tries to play it back here. A bit of a clash. Very well done there by Anushka Kumari. Kirtana, the goal scorer, is off. Great game for her. Great goal for her as well. Bit of a rough and tough situation there. How much longer can the Arrows hold on for? They need to do it for at least 20 minutes. But the Unicorns, of course, have a lot more time. 20 minutes is plenty to get a goal, even to get a couple. Cross comes in, awkward one, just over the crossbar. Eventually, she had it covered, even though it didn't look so. Still haven't created that major chance, though. Have the Unicorns, apart from that shot from a distance, which is a great one. Here they have another throw in down the left. Nothing to it, but Julan just clears away. There's a chance to shoot from a distance. It's a good one, but again, the bounce making it ever too easy for the keeper. Tamfasana, who has been very good. Valena puts it through. Tanya can chase. Tanya gets there, in fact, tries to turn, but the rescue act from Vijaya. Keeping a bit of possession here. The Arrows wanting to put a green arrow in terms of their movement up the table with 3 points. Interkashi already on 3, having beaten Kasa Bharwani. A bit of a loose touch there. Time for a cooling break now. 16 minutes to go. We haven't had too many stoppages in this half. Time for a quick chat for the coaches. Last few tactics can be discussed. Deepa Kumari is on in place of Anita Dungdung, who had a really good game, must be said.
ಇನ್ನು ಬಾಲ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಗಣೇಶ್ ಬಾಲ್ ಬಾಲ್
Can they put the final 15 minutes into good use here? The Pudhuvai Unicorns, the side from Pondicherry. Bit of a push there, but no foul given. Not too much of a physical game. This one, referees also kept it in good check. As I said, lots of IWL action coming your way. Opportunity maybe to just win the ball back there, but they couldn't. Bit of a slip, but she does well to hold on to possession. Kavita keeps going, plays it through. It's quite a good move actually for the Unicorns. That pass from Monisha, but couldn't be kept under control by Janani. The Unicorns play their next game versus Roots FC at 9 a.m. in a couple of days' time, and the Indian Arrows play Interkashi at 4 p.m. in a couple of days' time, day after tomorrow. Bit of a touch there. Action coming thick and fast. 5 teams in a group. One team gets a break in each round. That's the luck of the draw. Long ball played. Nothing to it though. Oh, wonderful nutmeg. She's a star. Here's Anushka Kumari. Look at that. Keeps going but couldn't find the final pass. Smashed upfield by Vikshita and the keeper will collect. Vinita V between the sticks for Pudhuvai Unicorns has had a great season. Or rather, has had a great game and will be looking forward to a great season. Smashed upfield again. Almost 10 more to play. Unicorns need to create something. At least give it a go. And this could be the chance. Opportunity to cross. Deflection finds its way comfortably to the keeper. But that was better from Ranjani. Brilliant defending there by Monisha, not allowing, in fact, from Shubhashini, not allowing Fernandez a way through. It's her goal that separates these two sides. That's the winner as things stand. Vixit tries to set up a shot for Julan, who has done well to rule the midfield. Bit of a turn. And that goes out of play. So important to get your first victory on the board. And if the Arrows can do that, then they are in with a chance to qualify. Bit of a clip spotted by the ref. Here is Viksit Bala. Not too many in the wall. Is she going to go for this one? Decent delivery. As I said, Vinita's had a good game. She continues to do so. Chipped into space, but then dealt with. Solid defending from the Arrows. And that's a good ball through. Vinita gets there, doesn't collect this time. Nothing coming off that again. A poor ball into the hands of the keeper. Attacking wise, they just haven't been good enough in the second half. In the first half, they at least had a bit of impetus. And when you're chasing the game, you've got to have a bit of a game plan moving forward to try and get that equalizer. Even though the Arrows have only scored one goal in the second half, they've made so many good moves. Unicorns almost getting that, but too much of space in between the midfield and the attack. You need to try and close that gap. Bit of a loose touch there. Cleared away again. Nicely done. But again, brushed off. There, Anjani. Bit of space in the middle. Nothing to work with for Kavita. The idea was right though. She almost found Monisha. Over the top, an important header to feed it into the path of Thamfasana, who could only be beaten via a set piece. Smashed over by Shweta Rani. Vinita gets there first. 5 to go. Not much pressure on the Indian Arrows women's side. Beautifully done there by Kavita. This could be the chance, but then Julan doing so well to step in. And the fact that they are dealing with the issues before they can even come towards the the penalty area just shows how good this Arrow side defensively is. Throw taken. Almost got a corner out of it. Will be another throw. Can they conjure up something here? Muruga with the ball in. It's bounced and it's bounced out. Good anticipation again from Thamfasana. Time for a last ditch attempt maybe. Yuvarani, who had a really good game, is off, replaced by Deva Mitra. Can she be the super sub of the evening? Nice touch backwards. Dinked over the top. Elena plays it through. Nothing working out though. Just a few more minutes to go for the Unicorns. Space in the middle. Through ball played. Thamfasana gets there. Decent run though. Valena again. Good hold up play. There's been a lot more calm on the ball after scoring. But now they've got to put this game to bed. A few minutes to go. Another shot. They're trying to get the ball upfield as quick as possible here, the Unicorns. Valena does well to come out of that with the ball. A fortunate touch. Matanya couldn't move it forward. And again, the Unicorns stopped in their tracks. Into the final minute we go. The Arrows have a lot of the ball. Shweta, who's gone to the right hand side, now crosses. Valena couldn't get there. Great anticipation by Vinita, who releases it quickly. A crossfield ball which will be very tough to catch from the boot of Reshma. Bit of a foul spotted by the ref. Viksit Bara puts it over the top. Should be dealt with by Muruga. She does really well, hits it off the boot of Deepika Kumari, who's come on recently. 2 minutes of added time at the end of this one. That's a wonderful move through the pass. Needed to be better from Deva Mitra. That was the chance, I think. Just couldn't move or make the move through. Here they come again. Good defensive work by Viksit. She's been great down this left hand side. The whole of the Arrows team has been good. Most of the Pudhuvai team has also been very impressive. And I think these two sides will just improve as they go through the tournament. Kumari has been a live wire. In that first half, she had chances. In the second half, she's moved towards the midfield and has ruled the roost along with Julan. Good press again there from Julan. Deepika almost won it back. Ranjani plays it into the space. Easy pickings for Tamfasana. Eats up a few more seconds. Not the best of clearances. The Unicorns have to make the most of this move. It's probably their last one. Kumari is still running even after 90 minutes. Look at that energy from her. She's a name to watch out for in the future. A lot of these players are. One back there by Valena quite nicely. Deepika tries to get the nutmeg. It will go to Vinita. 2 minutes have been played. Is there another chance for the Unicorns? I don't think there will be. And that will be full time. The Indian Arrows women junior side have pulled off a great victory over an experienced Pudhuvai Unicorns team who did well in last season's IWL2, but they will have to start with a loss. A 2-1 scoreline, goals from Abhista Basnet and Valena Jada Fernandez for the Arrows. Kirtana pulled one back for the Pudhuvai Unicorns. And some close football over the 90 minutes ends with the 3 points going the Arrows' way. Dinesh Kumar's side put in a good shift, but they just couldn't get over the line. Joachim Alexanderson's side doing the job and making the most of the opportunity that they've been granted in this IWL2, which is only a positive because they, as the under 17, under 20 developmental side, can really make a mark on this league and play well as a team. As we take a look at the highlights, chances initially for the likes of Anita and Anushka Kumari, who should have put the game to bed in the first few minutes actually. Abhista Basnet with a wonderful header. To take the lead, Kumari almost made it 2, but she couldn't. She had many chances. Here's another. This one went wide. And that was a fantastic shot from a distance from Yuvarani. Thamfasana almost hurt herself. Yuvarani with another shot. but it didn't work out. Good collection there from Vinita, who was really good. Almost an own goal from Divyani Linda. She'll be relieved not to concede that one. And then how about that for a goal? Great delivery and a great finish by Kitana. And then again, a few chances here and there. The Unicorns created a lot more chances in the first half compared to the second. That's a good challenge again, just to stop them in their tracks. And then the all important goal, the finish from Valena Fernandez to give the lead and the win eventually to the Indian Arrows. Pudhuvai Unicorns took a few more shots. Just wasn't meant to be though for them. Tanya came on and had quite a few chances, but she couldn't put the game to bed either. This is a great shot from a distance, but a good piece of keeping from Tamfasana. Vinita with another good claim. And that was the highlights. 54% possession, 10 shots and 6 on target from the Indian Arrows. They made 3 saves, had 1 corner and made 4 fouls. No yellow cards or red cards for both teams, which is great to see. The Unicorns took 9 shots out of the 46% possession that they had. 4 on target, made 4 saves. Both the keepers were good. 2 corners and 3 fouls. Neck and neck, but at the end of the day, right on top, the goals scored is what matters. So that's how it ends here in Bengaluru. The Indian Arrows Women's Juniors win by 2 goals to 1 versus the Pudhuvai Unicorns. And they join Interkashi on 3 points in Group B as things kick off in this particular group. Speaking of which, Group B, once again, day after tomorrow, kicks off at 9 a.m. Pudhuvai Unicorns take on Roots Football Club, who we'll see in action for the first time. And then the Indian Arrows take on Interkashi in a top of the table clash. That's all from us here. This is Liam signing off. Thank you so much for watching and join us again very soon.